Hey guys, welcome to Reddit Brew. Today, I will be reading from the r/EntitledPeople subreddit, and today I have an update for this story. So if you haven't watched this video yet, I suggest you do so first. I will link it now, as well as in the pinned comment below. But without further ado, let's jump into it. Update to my brother wanting to propose at my wedding. Well, my brother and grandma are officially uninvited from my upcoming wedding. My grandma called me yet again to berate me even more for refusing to let my brother propose. Apparently he's beside himself with grief over his ex. Yeah, so beside himself with grief that I saw him already on Tinder looking for a date, which I pointed out to my grandma. She claimed that was just his way of coping. I said I didn't care. He's no longer invited to my wedding because I can't trust that he won't do something crazy if he's there. Then she gave me her classic line of, "I don't understand why." That's what she always says when I won't do something for my brother. For example, I once gave my brother a loan back when he was still doing online college. He decided that he didn't want to repay it despite promising he would. Even after getting a good job, he hummed and hawed about it when I requested he pay me back. He had the money, he just didn't want to give it up. So I said I was never going to loan him money again, and grandma gave her line of not understanding why. So hearing her say that about this same issue of my brother being banned from my wedding made me lose it. I yelled at her that she does understand. She just acts like she doesn't because she doesn't want to. That she's always on my brother's side no matter what he does, and because of that, she's no longer invited to my wedding either. I don't care if she cries because I'm just plain done with this. She's made her bed with the side she always chooses. Now, she can live with it. Of course, she exploded in tears, crying like a sad whale, and called me a bad grandson. I said she was a bad grandma for thinking I'm the bad grandson when she always believed my brother's lies and played favorites. Everyone else knows it too, and I'm sick of her pretending everything is rosy when she used to beat my ass and tell me that I'm not allowed to tell my parents that she spanked me. I then told her not to call me again unless it was to admit the truth and give me a genuine apology. Then I ended the call. It went right back to radio silent from her. I preemptively told my parents about what happened. Their response was that they don't care that I yelled at her anymore because she's never going to stop siding with my brother no matter what. My parents are actually doing so much better since my brother moved out. They've got 2 rooms ready to rent out and are on the market waiting for a tenant. My dad is also working on clearing out the attic to make another room up there for someone to rent. They're basically turning as many rooms in their house as they can into livable space. They're gonna need that rent money to help pay off their debts, and they're still thanking me a lot and reiterate how grateful they are for me helping them with the money I've been sending monthly. My parents sat me down a while ago and apologized heavily from everything that went on from my childhood until now. They said they can offer no good excuse as to why my brother was the favorite, when they shouldn't have been playing favorites at all. What they did was completely unacceptable, and the fact that I was still willing to help them out, even after everything they'd done, made them realize how horrible they've been as parents. From now on, they'll do their best to be better people. They've basically stopped caring about what my brother and grandma think too. They haven't been talking to them either. I've heard nothing from my brother's ex. She wants nothing more to do with my family, and I don't blame her. My fiance is super happy about me standing my ground because she wanted my brother and grandma out much sooner. She then admitted something to me. Apparently the few times she was alone with my grandma, she was told all sorts of lies about me from my grandma that, thankfully, my fiance never believed. Basically, my grandma said a number of things that I remember my brother did that were pinned on me. The gist of it is that my grandma was trying to tell my fiance that I was a bad egg as a child, and that she better watch me closely. I really don't understand why my grandma is trying to poison the well and paint this horrible picture of me. I don't know why she hates me. One story my fiance did remember my grandma talking about was one I recalled right away. It was the story about a broken lamp. My grandma used to have a beautiful, handcrafted, stained glass lamp. My brother threw a football in the house, straight at it, and the lamp fell and broke. It was old and frail, so it basically shattered. My brother said that I was throwing the football in the house, and that he tried to stop me, but it was actually the other way around. Grandma refused to believe me and beat me with a wooden spoon. My grandpa knew my brother was lying, and even told my parents so. My grandma refused to believe my grandpa, but thankfully my parents did. My brother was grounded, and I was told that I didn't have to visit grandma anymore if I didn't want to. After my grandpa passed away, I stopped going. The fact that old hag was still talking about that stuff to people, such as my fiance, when I'm not around, infuriates me. So I'm beyond glad that I've cut the tumors that are my brother and my grandmother out of my life. I don't need them anymore. Once the grandma started pulling the "but I don't understand" line over and over, I would have just replied with, "Oh no, grandma, you seem to be very confused quite often and don't understand things a lot. I think you might have dementia. I guess we have to put you in a home." Of course, I would never say this to nice grandmas. I love grandmas. But this one is a bee with an itch and definitely deserves the sass. I'm glad that OP's parents are seemingly doing better and seem genuinely remorseful, because if you guys recall, in the first part of this story, I felt as though the parents were only siding with OP because he is giving them money, which still could be the case. But after this one, I do think they're trying to change for the better, and I hope it stays that way. But of course, only time will tell. Oh, also, get security for your wedding, OP. Get security. But that is all from me today. I'll let you guys know if any further updates arise for this story, such as maybe a wedding update. Please leave a like and subscribe. I truly appreciate when you do, and I will see you in the next Reddit story. Bye! Okay, loons. They're wondering where you are. They want to hear from you. Say hello. You don't have to be shy. They want to hear from you, Luna. Yeah.